Most people believe that if they stop pushing, they'll fall behind. So they keep forcing answers, forcing progress, forcing a life that feels heavier every day. But Lao Tzu taught something quietly revolutionary, that the river never forces its way forward, and yet it reaches the sea. What if the reason you feel lost is not because you're doing too little, but because you're pushing against the wrong current? When you stop forcing life, everything changes. Most people spend their entire lives pushing through exhaustion, pushing through doubt, pushing through moments that feel heavy, confusing, and uncertain. They believe struggle is proof they are moving forward. But Lao Tzu taught something radically different. That life is not conquered by force, it is understood through harmony. And the moment you stop forcing, life begins to respond. The problem with pushing: when things don't work, we push harder. When answers don't come, we chase faster. When life resists us, we assume something is wrong with us. But resistance is not always opposition. Sometimes it is instruction. Lao Tzu observed nature closely and noticed something most people ignore. The tree does not grow by force. The river does not rush to the sea. The sun does not strain to rise. And yet, nothing fails to happen. The problem with pushing: when things don't work, we push harder. When answers don't come, we chase faster. When life resists us, we assume something is wrong with us. But resistance is not always opposition. Sometimes it is instruction. Lao Tzu observed nature closely and noticed something most people ignore. The tree does not grow by force. The river does not rush to the sea. The sun does not strain to rise. And yet, nothing fails to happen. The way of water. Water is soft. You can place your hand in it. You can disturb it easily. You can step through it without resistance. Yet water shapes mountains, carves valleys, outlasts stone. Lao Tzu said, nothing in the world is softer than water, yet nothing is stronger at overcoming the hard. This is the Tao, not weakness, not passivity, but effortless strength. Why you feel lost? Feeling lost doesn't mean you failed. It means you're standing between who you were and who you are becoming. But instead of listening, we panic. Instead of waiting, we rush. Instead of aligning, we force decisions. Lao Tzu warned against this. When you act before the moment ripens, you exhaust yourself and miss the way. The power of not forcing. There is a kind of action that feels heavy, and there is a kind of action that feels natural. Taoism calls this Wu Wei, action without strain. It doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing what aligns instead of what pressures. When you stop forcing, clarity arrives quietly. Energy returns naturally. Decisions feel lighter, not because life became easier, but because you stopped fighting it. Why stillness is not weakness. The world mistakes stillness for stagnation, but Lao Tzu knew better. Still water reflects clearly. Agitated water shows nothing. If your mind is constantly rushing, you cannot see the next step, even if it's right in front of you. Stillness is not quitting, it is listening. When life begins to flow. When you stop forcing outcomes, life begins offering direction. Not loudly, not dramatically, but through subtle signals. What energizes you? What drains you? What feels right without explanation? Lao Tzu said, when you let go of who you are, you become who you might be. The strongest person in the room. The strongest person is not the loudest, not the most aggressive, not the most controlling. It is the one who cannot be rushed, cannot be provoked, cannot be shaken, because they are not fighting reality. They are moving with it. The path forward. If you feel tired of pushing, if you feel lost, if life feels heavy, this is not failure. This is an invitation to slow down, to soften, to align. You don't need to control life. You need to trust the way. Stop forcing what is not ready. What is meant for you will not require constant struggle. Be patient, be present, be like water, and without noise, without strain, you will arrive exactly where you need to be.